Hey, big boy, it's Baba. Now then, can you see what's on my screen right now? This person here is an astronaut called Chris Hadfield, and he is a Canadian astronaut. He's from a country called Canada, which is one of the biggest countries in the world, and it's just above America, just north of America, and it's very, very big. But this guy here, Chris Hadfield, is showing us what it's like to clean your teeth in space.
Techme from B-Town, Ontario asked, is it challenging to brush your teeth in space without getting toothpaste up your nose from weightlessness?
Did you see what happened then? So there's two things, Mackenzie. One, he's holding his microphone like this. He's got his microphone, and then he let go of it and it floated in space. So he's on the International Space Station right now. So watch, he's going to try and clean his teeth.
Well, let's talk about how to brush your teeth in space. Standard toothbrush, nothing magical there. But we got a few different things. We don't have running water. You can't have a tap. You can't have a sink because water would flow everywhere. And so what do you do to wet your toothbrush, and where do you spit afterwards? Those are the big questions. So first we just fill up a water bag with water, and this is what we're going to put on our toothpaste. So let me get a ball of water here. There's a nice ball of water floating on the end. Shut off the straw very carefully. Okay, and get my toothbrush wet. Toothbrushes soak up water nicely. So now I have a nice wet toothbrush.
Wow.
Good. So I'm partway there. Got my toothbrush wet. Now I just need to put some toothpaste on it and get cleaning my teeth. So I'm going to suck the water off it because where else would it go? Nice wet toothbrush. Grab some toothpaste. We just use standard toothpaste in space. Squeeze a little on, not too much because you're going to have to clean it up later. Okay, so there's my toothpaste on my toothbrush. It's wet. It's ready to go. It's loaded. Brush my teeth just like normal. Get them all. Especially the ones in the back. You should brush your teeth for about as long as you can sing happy birthday. That should be long enough. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I've got a mouthful of toothpaste stuff. I got a dirty toothbrush. So what I do is I just swallow the toothpaste. It's edible, won't kill you. And what else am I going to do? Put it in a rag and have a dirty rag? Doesn't make any sense. So in space, you don't swallow your toothpaste. It leaves my toothbrush just a little bit dirty, so I need to find where my water went and rinse it out. Fortunately, things are weightless, so things don't go too far. So here's my water again. So now I'll get a little water in my mouth. Rinse out my toothbrush. So I have a relatively clean, slightly damp toothbrush to put back in my toothbrush case. The toothpaste is hung back on the wall. We communally share one toothpaste tube, just like living in a dormitory, and I still have good water to drink. And it doesn't go up your nose. There's nothing to push it up your nose. It just floats. So it works fine. That's how you brush your teeth in space.
Amazing. Now, Mackenzie, the one thing that we're going to do is, I'm going to go and try and do this. I've never done this before. Is, can I come out of this? And I think I can. Go into, can I get rid of that? Yes. And I should be able to go into, there it is. So that man there, Chris Hadfield, the astronaut wrote a book, and his book is called The Darkest Dark, and it says, look there. So that astronaut we just watched clean his teeth is going to tell us a story about the darkest dark and about what it was like for him growing up just like you and being really interested in space. Now they do say in the story, when I read it to you, Mackenzie, is you got to look for things in the background. So you got to look around the pages, okay? Because the pages are beautiful, okay? But there are special things to look out for, okay? So, the darkest dark. Chris was an astronaut, an important and very busy astronaut. When it was time to take a bath, he told his mother, "I'd love to, but I'm saving the planet from aliens." Does it look like he's saving the planet from aliens? I think he's dressed the dog up as an alien. When it was time to get out of the bath and go to bed, he told his father, politely, because astronauts are always polite, "Sorry, no can do. I'm on my way to Mars." An astronaut's work is never done, so astronauts do not like sleep. Mackenzie, can you see what I see? Remember, look around the pictures. You can see things. But their parents do. They like to sleep. "You're a big boy now," said Chris's father. "You have to sleep in your own bed." Oh, Chris. And Chris tried. He really did. But his room was dark. Very, very dark. The kind of dark that attracts the worst kind of aliens. Chris was going to sleep in his own bed tonight. But his parents meant it. His mum and dad checked under his bed and in his wardrobe, and even in his underwear drawer where his underpants are. They declared the room 100% alien free. They took Chris in, they turned on the nightlight, they even gave him a special bell to ring if he was nervous. Clang, 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 clang. Oh, his parents took away the bell. And then his father said something that worried Chris even more than the dark did. "One more peep, young man. I'm afraid we'll all be too tired to go next door tomorrow." But tomorrow would be a special day, a very special day. Chris had to go next door. His life pretty much depended on it. So Chris stayed in his own bed, without a peep. It took a long time to fall asleep, but when he did, he had his favourite dream. He flew his spaceship all the way to the moon with his dog, Albert. The next day seemed to last forever, but finally, when the moon was shining over the lake and the summer wind was ruffling the leaves of the trees, Chris ran next door. The house was already full of people, all gathered around the TV, the only TV on the whole island. Chris found a spot where he could see through the crowd, and what he saw was astronauts, real live astronauts, on the actual faraway moon. They were wearing puffy white suits and jumping for joy, jumping so high because there was so much less gravity there. The grown-ups huddled around the TV were amazed. Their whole lives had never expected to see this sight. Even Chris, who'd been on the moon just the night before, was amazed. He'd never really noticed just really how dark it was there. Outer space was the darkest dark ever. They live on a place called Stag Island. Look how bright that moon is, and you can see the Milky Way too. That night, Chris did a little experiment. He turned off all the lights in his room. It was even the nightlight. It was still dark. Very, very dark. There were still shadows that looked a little, well, alien. Nothing had changed, but Chris had changed. He'd seen that the darkness of the universe was so much bigger and deeper than the darkness in his room, but he was not afraid. He wanted to explore every corner of the night sky. For the first time, Chris could see the power and mystery and velvety black beauty of the dark. And he realised, you're never really alone now. Your dreams are always with you, just waiting. Big dreams about the kind of person you want to be. Wonderful dreams about the life you will live. Dreams that actually can come true. The end. And it is true because Chris Hadfield, the man, the astronaut we saw cleaning his teeth, he dreamt about going to the moon. And he nearly got there. He's got to space at least. Right, big boy. You say night-night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Because Baba loves you very much. Not before I say night-night, because it's Friday. And what day's today? Yes, it's ice cream day. Night-night, big boy. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, because Baba loves you. Night-night.